So, Floaty Comet is the topic of debate, but why is it bad? Well, here are just a few reasons. So, if you weren't here for my last video, essentially I went on a tangent about why I really despise Floaty Combat. Now, I didn't really make the video clear enough, I guess, for the newer audience to understand what I really meant, and I apologize for that in the sense because I'm more of a veteran player, and I really don't know how to, I guess, talk about Floaty Combat to newcomers. Like, I literally had a friend watch that video before I posted it, and he said it was fine, and he was, like, adding on to it, so, yeah. So let's just get straight into this. So let's talk about the first reason. So per se, you want to attack a flying enemy, but per se you miss. Now, this might not sound like a big deal in like a different Kingdom Hearts game, but in talking in 0.2 terms, it can lead to some mishaps. Now, you'll be in the air longer than most games, so you see Sora attacking Kingdom Hearts 2 up in the air for an aerial attack for an enemy that's flying, and then you do the same thing in 0.2 and you realize they're really different in the fact that it just takes longer to drop to the ground. Well, per se, you go for an aerial combo and like say the last hit misses of that aerial combo, which then leads the player to be completely vulnerable to per se a Fire Heartless that's just spewing out stuff. Now yes, you can block in midair and 0.2, and also in Kingdom Hearts 3, which is interesting to say the least. So let's say that this enemy comes out of nowhere, and say you aren't on the ground to dodge him. You are vulnerable. There's no way around that. Now yes, you can air dash, but that's slower than, you know, a formal dodge roll or a cartwheel dodge. Another point to be made is, while you're on the ground and the enemy is on the ground, sometimes Aqua will go for an aerial attack while in mid-combo. And it happens inconsistently, so you never know when it's gonna happen, but it happens just that little bit to where it's noticeable sometimes and can mess up your combo and not let you do the finisher that you want to do when you wanted to do it. Which, for that happening in bosses, can be a travesty, and not getting the full combo or the combo finisher on that particular boss, in which now you're only limited to doing just a couple of hits, not getting the finisher damage, and then dodging the retaliation. Lastly, with just regular ground attacks, it takes longer to use combos, which can result in missing some of the time, along with going out of a finisher, which results in Aqua being vulnerable to be attacked. Now yes, you can cancel the finishers by blocking, but you shouldn't have to do that. With KH2, yes, Sora in some instances will float while doing an aerial finisher, but it's for a shorter amount of time on which Sora isn't vulnerable as Aqua. I've been seeing people make the excuse that this isn't KH2, so it's learn to play like this or be gone, and today I say that's not a good rebuttal because the combat system is much like Kingdom Hearts 2's, so the excuse of getting used to something that doesn't need to take longer to do is not a good mentality to have. Now, in Phantom Aqua's defense, she was designed around that playstyle of 0.2, which I do find her a whole lot easier now. But the fact still remains that if it took less time to do these combos, then there wouldn't be so much complaining. Now I think it nails combos faster than Birth by Sleep, but it still isn't where it needs to be. Now they can fix this, but Square doesn't really care about patching their games, specifically Kingdom Hearts games, so I really doubt we'll be seeing anything anytime soon. But this is something I really just don't want in Kingdom Hearts 3 because I really do feel like there's going to be instances where you need to react fast to an enemy. So per se, being in that finisher for a long period of time or being in an aerial attack for too long can be the death of you. So with that, tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. I know it's very risky to make these types of videos right now because the community is in an uproar on Twitter, and whoo boy, Oh boy, this is gonna be one hell of a ride. So with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.